Back on the show is Bojan Velikčović, who's going to be taking on Darren Till at UFC Fight Night 115 in Rotterdam on September 2nd. Bojan, how are you?
Very good, man. As always, good to hear from you, and excited to get an interview with you, Dan.
Oh, well, I'm excited to have you back on the program. It's always a pleasure. And, of course, you're coming off a huge win in your last fight, the TKO win over Nico Muskoke at UFC Fight Night 109 in Sweden this past May. Just looking back on that performance, how happy were you, especially getting the finish in that fight?
Very, very happy, very accomplished. That victory and that KO came after a really long and hard work. A couple fights before that, I had a draw and a split decision loss, which was kind of like very frustrating. I was matched up with the guys who are just kind of like not wanting to play game and not wanting to fight. I came into a fight with Nico knowing that like he's a fighter who's like a real stud, like who's gonna stand and fight and exchange and go for a takedown, go for a ground game, like very well-rounded fighter, very brave guy, very brave dude. As I said, some kind of fearless. He's not afraid of any or like going for an exchange or getting punched, and we both went for a scrap, and luckily and thank God I came victorious after that victory. I had great performance. I got a performance of the night bonus on top of it, so that definitely helps a lot, and that definitely tells a lot. Not just money-wise, but also as a recognition when you know that when the UFC, I think that night was 6 or 7 really good knockouts and really good finishes, and me and Damir got those bonuses, and Alex Gustafsson. So that mean a lot to me, and that really gave me a huge confidence and blow to just go and into my next fight and into my next camp, which I'm really excited to get really good opponent, really good matchup against Darren Till, who's undefeated, who's very young, very confident. Some way can say he's a cocky too. I'm excited to fight guys like that. That kind of matchup promises a good fight. And I'm just excited to get an opportunity like that and to go in 2 weeks and to go to Europe and scrap again.
Yeah, absolutely. Is this your first time going to the Netherlands, or had you been there before?
First time.
Nice.
First time actually been in Netherlands.
I was going to say, you're getting a lot of traveling in with the UFC, which is good because I know you like, kind of taking those fights abroad. With the fact that Till's undefeated, does that sort of add more to this fight, knowing that you could be the first person to hand him a loss?
No, not really. I mean, I would approach the same if he was 14-5 or 14-0. That doesn't really change my setup. Doesn't change my goals. My goals is to win this fight and hopefully get another fight by the end of this year. Get close to top 15, top 20. Doesn't matter who opponent is. I don't care about his record either. Am I going to be the first one? I mean, or not? Doesn't really make change. I'm definitely going for a victory. I'm going for a new finish, and if Beto needs to go, I'll be more than happy to make him that first loss and that 0 to go away from his record.
I like it. Now, as far as training camp, I know you were training at what was called Team Elevation. Where are you training now? How has that changed for you since Muscle Farm, the gym, is no longer a thing?
I mean, Muscle Farm is gone, but that doesn't mean that Team Elevation fell apart. We still have the same coaches. We train at different places. Some different places we were training at Muscle Farm just 3 times a week. When we had a Muscle Farm, we were still having practices at Easton Training Center, and couple other places for strength and conditioning and lateral performance, which we still go those places. We just have a little bit different schedule, and we got a couple of new location going on, but team is still the same. Coaches are still the same. For me, I mean, it was really nice training. Don't get me wrong; it was really nice training at Muscle Farm and having all that I can really say like shiny equipment and great facility. We don't have that anymore, but that I think made the team even closer because we traded smaller gyms. We have to get a lot more closer to each other, and we have to also train a lot more, kind of like get together a lot more often, and it made team even better and closer. And I mean, I'm really happy to have these guys around me.
Yeah, and let's talk about some of your training partners. Is it the same crew as usual? You know, Neil Magny, Brandon Thatch, Matt Brown, same sort of training partners?
Matt Brown, kind of since his last fight, he took some time off. He went through kind of a knockout after he had pretty hard last couple fights. He decided to take some time off and kind of focus a little bit on coaching, and he was also one of the coaches at Ultimate Fighter, TJ and Cody.
That's right, the Ultimate Fighter. Yeah.
He was gone. He was in Vegas for 6 or 7, 8 weeks. After that, Jesse Taylor, who won the Ultimate Fighter show, Matt Brown brought him here to train with us and get ready for the finale. And also, Matt Brown was coaching him the whole time. So I think he's a little bit focused on that. So he's not at the gym that much as he used to be. But Neil is still there. Brandon is still there. He took some time off too, since he got cut from UFC, and he's doing some therapy. But he's also there. He always brings a great vibe to the team, and always jokes around and makes us all laugh. And it's great to have him around. Neil finally got approved to fight. He's fighting week after me with
Rafael Dos Anjos in Canada, up in Edmonton.
Yes, exactly. And so he's so Junior Dos Anjos is also southpaw like me, so I'm helping him a lot for this fight. I mean, he's not southpaw like Darren Till, but doesn't matter. Neil is really tricky and just hard to handle. So just training with him in any kind of way helps a lot, preparation wise and mentally wise and physically, because that guy can push a lot. His conditioning is great, which he proves every time he steps in the octagon. And I'm really happy and blessed to be next to that guy and to have opportunity to train with him and to get ready for the fights with him.
Do you have any idea when Brandon Thatch is going to return to the cage? Because you mentioned, he's taking some time off. A lot of people are wondering what's happening because he hasn't fought since December.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he's not anymore in UFC. I think he's doing his work to see where he's gonna continue his career. Is it gonna be a Bellator? Is it gonna be a Glory? He also started kind of business on his own that he's dealing with. But I mean, Brandon is that kind of guy that whenever he doesn't show up couple months in the gym and he comes back and he kicks everybody's ass. We think we're in shape. We can, when he comes back, we're gonna prove that he's kind of stayed behind a little bit, but he just comes and proves that everybody wrong. He just comes and kicks ass because he's in martial arts since he's 3 or 4 years old, and he's 31 or 32 now. So that guy, I mean, his whole life he's in martial arts, and he's just so damn good. Has a like really good feeling for fighting. And I would be really excited to see him soon in a cage or a ring. Doesn't matter what kind of battlefield is. I'm sure that he's gonna come back guns blazing.
Great. And getting back to you, we're a couple weeks out from this fight. How's the weight cut going, getting down to 170 pounds?
Oh, easy, man. I fought like 10 times in the last 2 years. I'm really easy to. I don't struggle to make weight. I diet really good. I mean, I don't know did I mention that in my previous interviews. I finished a culinary school, and I kind of make my own diet, and I kind of make my own meal plan. I just know my body really well, and know how to treat it when I'm overtrained and when I'm really hard on myself. I give myself a little bit, a little bit better meal, a little bit more carbs to recover. Then when I feel better, I cut on carbs and on meat. So I really know to balance my diet out, and I kind of don't have a problem to struggle with that. I'm kind of focused more on the fight and my performance.
Great. And how do you see this fight ending on September 2nd? I mean, you said, a finish. Do you see it a submission or a knockout? How do you sort of see it ending?
I would. I mean, I'm not aiming for particularly submission or knockout. I just like to I like to mix it up. What I would really like to though is my friends my teammates are telling me that my jiu-jitsu is very sharp, probably better than ever. I use every opportunity when I travel to go to new jiu-jitsu places. I travel very often to Miami, and every time I go there, I go to my original jiu-jitsu coach that I started with, Junior Fernandez. I also like to go to Cyborgs, where there's a big number of world champions in like all weight divisions and belts, rank belts. So I think I improved a lot in jiu-jitsu, and I would like to show that a little bit in my next couple of fights. But I don't like to be. I know that jiu-jitsu guys who are trying desperately to go on the ground, people boo them, and they're not very excited to watch. So I definitely don't want to be that kind of guy. But I want to mix it up, and if the fight goes on the ground, I'm definitely going to try to go for a finish. If no, let's get back up and let's give crowd fight to remember, good fight to remember, that's my kind of goal.
Last question for you here: are you watching anything on TV right now? Do you watch Netflix at all?
Yes, I don't watch like shows. I watch documentaries. I like history a lot, and right now I'm watching a show about Cuba. It's called Cuba Libre Story. It's pretty much history how Cuba was fighting for their freedom since 500 years ago till pretty much a couple decades ago. So it's a very interesting show.
Cool. I'll have to check.
Like history and controversy. I should definitely watch that show.
I definitely will, and we certainly got to watch your fight. It's coming up here, UFC Fight Night 115. It's on September 2nd. Boyan, always a pleasure having you on my program. Where can people find you on social media? And if you have any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours, sir.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Boyan Veljković MMA, or Serbian Steel MMA, whatever, you're going to find me. Follow me. I'm always posting some interesting pictures from my training camp and with my training partners and friends. So follow me up and watch my next fight. I'm going to show a good fighting skills in this fight.